Hello everybody and welcome back to another Marvel Snap video. I do not have Jeff. I think Jeff would be a sick upgrade to this deck. Just getting that out of the way, like moment zero. But this deck is really good. My stats in Conquest, I'm 8-2 in Conquest matches, 66.7% win rate. I don't really understand how that math works. I don't know if it's like Conquest games won and like in the individual rounds I have a 66% win rate. This deck is awesome. The basic idea of like what you're doing here is you're playing Thanos Control. With Thanos Control, you have the holy trinity of Armor, Cosmo, and Professor X blocking anything your opponents can do. One of the best things about this deck is definitely the fact that you have so many resources to deal with what your opponents do. So it's very good when you know what your opponent's playing, and it's very good against the meta. I don't think I've lost a game against the Little Movers deck. I think I'm undefeated against Little Movers. I'm gonna have lost one game against Destroy. But other than that, like I've done really well against those decks. I made it 4-0 in Infinity Conquest. I lost in the final round to Kingpin Control. I posted that to Twitter. Whoever was playing that was a Giga Chad. I don't know what I can do. If you're gonna lose, you gotta lose in style. But yeah, this deck is great. It was really solid. The consistency of Thanos drawing you so many cards is very strong. Lockjaw obviously has a lot of variance. But Thanos gives you the ability to draw a lot of cards, manipulate the locations. It gives you a lot of resources. So as long as you retreat and snap well, you're very favored. And I think the win rate and the data reflects that. Obviously, small sample size, but that's just kind of like a consistent archetype of Thanos. The worst thing, though, and this is kind of just a consistent weakness with Control, is that a Control deck isn't very good at putting out its own threat. Like Shuri, Red Skull is very good at just putting out its own threat. Like you're going to have to deal with a 14 power Red Skull or a 28 power Red Skull, something like that, right? And you have the threat of Taskmaster. Destroy, they're just going to do their destroy thing. Like they're a proactive threat, right? So when you don't know what you're playing against, it can be really challenging. And that's, I think, one of your worst matchups is just the matchups you don't know. Because a proactive deck instead of a responsive deck, a deck that is built to deal with the threats your opponents play, is just going to have a better time in the dark because they're just going to have a threat as well. Like you don't have Shang-Chi, you don't have Valkyrie, you don't have these cards to deal what your opponents are doing. You have different resources to deny them. If you know, like, quantifiably the numbers your opponents can put out, you have Iron Man and Double Dino and Claw and all of these really big cards that kind of like let you put a lot of stats out. But you don't have like the answers to these cards. And the reason for that is like with Lockjaw and Iron Lad, like it's really hard to play Shang-Chi. Valkyrie isn't really as good as it used to be, especially with like Null being a really big card. There's a lot of reasons like why I don't think Null is very good right now. But either way, this deck's still really good. I really think you guys should give it a try. Check out the footage. I think it's really sick. Also really fun to play. I didn't really upload a lot of Thanos decks like back in the day when I was like uploading like 7 months ago or whatever. But now that Thanos has been out for so much longer, and I feel like there's like Thanos isn't just the best deck anymore. It's fun to make Thanos decks. But I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. I think this is fine. But like moving the armor is like pretty yoked here. Like a book, chat. Like a book. And now I think we just win in tiebreakers, which is what we were hoping for. I do find the vision, but just too late. Claw's good enough though. Oh, that was good. Chavez, that doesn't matter much. Oh, is that the last card? It was Yondu. That makes sense. That's good for me for sure. Wait, armor here? I feel like I armor where the Yondu is. Because they're not really playing, probably not playing into onslaught Citadel a ton, right? There they are. So now it's a Gamba on priority, which is like just unavoidable a little bit. That sucks for me for sure. Oh, okay. For sure. I might not be able to win the game. Like I might not be able to win that location now. I'm not sure. Citadel. Now it's just a Gamba, I guess. I think I do honestly Cosmo here because I think it's gonna be really hard to win some of these locations. So they definitely have Null. We can pretty much guarantee that. Iron Chad. Not bad. Claw's really good here. I will say that much. Okay. The cards left in my deck are Power Stone, Mind Stone, Blue Marvel, Professor X Vision. See what I hit here? Matters a lot. Just a 1 power thing? That's unfortunate, actually. Woo! It doesn't even show me what I hit here, so I'm not sure. What is this card? It went from Soul Stone to something else, but it doesn't show me what it was. Was it Power Stone or Mind Stone? It was Mind Stone this hit because of the deck tracker. That was cool. Okay. Cloning that's Soul Stone is pretty great. Just in the fact that it's gonna let me get a lot of cards. I don't think they're a Killmonger deck. I think they are a wave deck, right? Like the Little Movers deck is playing wave now, right? Thor is interesting. Thor's like really not that bad on my deck either. Maybe I'll be able to Professor X the kitty. If 2 going, so. Like Professor X here or here seems pretty good. Oh my god, I drew Mjolnir. I mean, that's pretty good. I add a Mjolnir to my hand and then this. I don't really need the other Mjolnir though, do I? I think I can just do this. Do I do this? I don't think I'm supposed to. I guess I play Mjolnir because I'm drawing cards, probably. I don't know. No, you know, I probably just play Mjolnir next turn. Or like last turn of the game, honestly. Just because Mjolnir is like really like probably gonna surprise them. I don't think they're gonna expect me to have Mjolnir. I'm playing Iron Lad middle also. To first of all add stats here, but also I feel like with Claw being a card in my deck and Blue Marvel, it's really good left and right. So Devil Dino's great. Kitty Pride, Rhino cloning that, sure. Devil Dino's the card I draw. I think I just Professor X here because this is the only location I might lose. I add 3 and anything they have is -2. I might lock up their Shuri. I really want to lock up the Shuri, or the kitty, I mean. I think that's pretty legit. Yeah. And now we find out if they play around the classic draw Mjolnir hand. What a board state. This is actually a pretty funny looking board state, but what can you do? I can't beat Shang-Chi in both locations at least. Shang-Chi is definitely getting me somewhere. Just a matter of where. I'm amazed they stayed on that. I mean, that's actually crazy they stayed on that. I mean, I'll take it. Like, that was sick, but that they should not have stayed there at all, man. At all. They have Jeff the Shark, which is very good knowledge, though, which also makes sense. That's a pretty bad location for me, I would say, for sure. They're gonna get rid of their kitty. Or no, it doesn't work like that exactly, right? Works slightly different. I'm playing this so that way I draw... Like, if I draw one of my many 5s, I get to play a 5. Which I think is pretty correct. One of their cards is a rock, which is good for good knowledge, I would say. Blue Marble is a good card. Just play that, I think. Then I go Thanos or something else, depending on what I draw, probably. I think I go Blue Marble here for because this is just the most stats on the board. Everywhere else, it's kind of just the same. So they have Kitty plus Friend in their deck. Honestly, like, so their Kitty's pretty strong. What if we just do, like, get rid of Xandar and then just, like, play Lockjaw here, because this beats them moving Vision. Like, instead of playing 1/6, we just play to both locations. We're kind of splitting the difference here, which is maybe a mistake, but I don't hate this play. Especially when they don't have many cards in hand. Like, they have 4 cards in hand, and 2 of them are probably rock. Like, one of them's probably a rock. One of them's Kitty Pryde, and then it's probably, like, rock something. Okay. That play looks so weird, right? But it ends up being correct, just because we like don't commit to anything, and we know they're a bunch of small pieces deck. Where I feel like in that position, it's really hard to commit one big piece when there's so many small pieces. This is, I would say, a neutral Lockjaw location. I'm gonna Mind Stone far right. Okay. We do draw the dog. Good boy. I think I'm just gonna Time Stone and then go like Lockjaw plus Space Stone or something. Oh, you know what I do? Maybe I go Space Stone and then Lockjaw. I cleared up space. Seems fine. Yeah. If possible, I would probably try to shut this off. I just don't know if it's very likely. Like, what if I just go, like, Reality Stone to shut it off? But I need the Time... Like, Time Stone's probably the most important one here. Time Stone plus Soul Stone is honestly probably pretty good. Also, like, that way if they Spider-Man, it's less likely they snipe my guy with Spider-Man. Iron Lad's good. Oh, Iron Chad, bro! Iron Chad, man. Oh, it's so good, actually. At that moment. Miles, Kitty, Jeff. So, I'm winning middle. It's the other two I'm worrying about now. This one's really hard to win, is the thing. Like, what if I go Thanos this turn? And then I Professor X next turn to block it from getting... what do you call it? To block it from getting hit with something else. A lot of my cards in Grand Central are also really good to put into play. Like, to block the Shang-Chi, what if I do this? Just fine. Like, because now when they go for Shang here, they're going to get really bummed out. And then this is adding 6 here, which is really good. And they can't move everything out of left or right. I think this is a really solid play. I don't think they have any cards that we've seen that are bigger than 10. Literally none. Actually, no cards are bigger than 10. I guess they could Legion right into something, but I don't think they will. Oh shit, is that gonna be? Whew. Good sets, man. Good sets so far.